chair.
It's time for Nico Kleynhans, exclusively on Breakfast with Friends.
Good morning, and thank you for your time, Mr. Nico.
Good morning, and it's good to be back in the studios after an absence of some weeks.
It has been a while since we last saw you, but thank you very much. And sorry to hear that you've picked up a little bit of whatever that bug sinusy nonsense is that's going around. Not like
Yeah, fly all over the world and come back and pick it up in Cape Town.
Yeah, that always happens.
That's the way to do it, isn't it? No, not at all. Nico, today an interesting conversation around when honesty is the best policy. Now, as children of God, surely we should always tell the truth in love. Surely we should always be honest. But you've had some interesting experiences, haven't you?
Well, I had an interesting experience a couple of days ago in a shopping mall. As I reversed out of my particular bay, you get the usual car guards that come to help you.
Yeah.
And this one got distracted.
Oh, dear.
And he got so distracted and started talking to his buddies that I dinged a car behind me. Now, there was no damage to my car and there was no damage to the other car, but the fact is I dinged the car.
Yeah.
So an eyewitness came up and said...
Not the car guard, right? Because he was distracted. He was not an eyewitness.
He just got completely distracted. So we left my number on the windscreen of the car.
Okay.
We made quite sure that there was no damage to the other car. We made quite sure there was no damage to my car. We took a video to make sure that there was no problem.
Brilliant.
And the reason we did that was because although I touched his car on the bumper, I saw that his headlight on the far side had been damaged.
The side where your car didn't make any impact.
Nowhere. We were nowhere near that particular thing. So I said, we're aware of this. Here is my number so that we have complete honesty with each other.
Yeah.
2 days later, I got a WhatsApp from the owner of that car. Now, the first thing I noticed that on his logo, he is a believer because he's got 8 Bible verses there.
Okay.
And he makes great point of the fact that he's a believer. And the WhatsApp started, "Thank you for making communication. Yes, you damaged my light.
Oh.
And I would like you to pay for it." So I said, that's fine. The process is you go down to the police station, you make a statement, and you provide the evidence, and we submit it to my insurance company. They have my evidence, and they will also have the evidence of an eyewitness because we took a video of your car as well.
Yeah. And you got the eyewitness's contact details.
We have everything.
Brilliant.
About 3 minutes later, he said, "Look, I'm not really into insurance, and I will waive my claim for damages." Now, the question that came to my mind immediately is, if you are not honest in small things, then can you be honest in bigger things as well?
Sure.
And if we claim to be different in terms of the way we interpret our faith, then when should we walk in the light? And when is it okay not to walk in the light?
Sure.
And why this was important to me, because while I was in Paris, a South African ambassador died at his own hands.
Yeah.
And he died because he couldn't face what he had done. And he didn't want to deal with it anymore. And for him, the only option was to terminate his own life.
Sure.
And I remember reading this and thinking it's sad that he'd gotten to that point where the only option for him was to say, I'm going to end my life. That he had lost all hope. He had lost all concept of the possibility of forgiveness. And he had lost all hope of even trying to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Now, there are always going to be consequences, and he couldn't deal with it. And then I realized that often we as Christians, when that kind of thing happens, is we throw stones at these people. And we say, this is what happens, typical with all politicians. They are evil, they have no hope. But then when do we look at what we do that is wrong?
Sure.
When do we try and put that extra claim through on an insurance company and saying, they've got more money than I am, why should I not get them to repair some damage? And if we're going to walk in the light, then we need to walk in the light at all times.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of a chorus that I once learnt in Pretoria, where the bishop there took me on a conference to young people. And the chorus in English just spoke of walking in the light.
Yes. Walking.
But he
walking,
taught us that in
walking
5 different languages.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
And in each language, the message was the same. When we're walking with God, we are representing God.
Sure.
When we see and do things, we are representing God. And if we're going to do that honestly, then we act in an honest way. Now, in our congregation, we have an unusual congregation in that we welcome everybody. Now, one of the people who pitch regularly steals.
From in the church,
From the
the
people-
people at church.
Now, we know he's going to do that. So when he pitches, we've got to watch carefully, because if he goes and sits down and moves around, he's going to steal a mobile phone.
Okay.
Because when we go up for communion, that's when people leave phones behind.
That's right.
And we've learned that when he pitches, you've got to watch what he's doing, and you've got to stop him from doing it.
Yeah.
Because the other thing we do at our church is we have baskets of food, we have baskets of clothing, and we know he's going to go there and take, and that he can do.
Yeah, because that's up for whoever needs.
That's up for whoever we need. That's what we're about. We share, and he's allowed to take that. But he's not allowed to take that which does not belong to him.
Exactly.
So, folks, if we're going to claim to be God's representative, then we have to be honest in how we represent God. And if we don't do that, then that's going to taint our witness, and it's going to taint the message that we have. So the question simply is, when is honesty the best policy? My feeling is it's always the best policy, so that when we speak with the authority of God.
Sure.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Nico Kleynhans, there joining us in studio and giving us quite a bit to think about this morning.